Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I've got a lot of vowels. It's fairly balanced, but I'm not seeing a bingo here. And there's not much I want to hang on to. So I think I'm going to play pool. I normally prefer shorter words, but I'm not seeing any good candidate short plays. So pool for 20. Wow, more vowels. 5 of them. No bingo here. And this is my second day of trying Woogles as an alternative to ISC. This is the dark mode. Yesterday was the non-dark mode. So do let me know in the comments which you prefer. Now, how to sort this rack out? It feels too good to change. I wonder what options are. Okay. Nothing that I'm likely to use. And the O is in column E. So I don't think I'm going to have any double plays. It's probably going to be a parallel play. Goa currently available, and Goad. And OG'd, keeping double A, but certainly doing something about the preponderance of vowels. Now, look at this, some good news. My rating 1910 after one game. It was 1500 at the start of the previous game, which I think is just the standard rating. So I'm not quite sure how 1910's being calculated, but it's certainly good to see a higher figure. And my opponent's got a rating of 2015. And I recognise that name, qoph, from ISC. I wonder if it's the same person. So scores and clocks bottom right. Opponent's got 18 minutes left. And above those you've got the tile bag and the vowel consonant split. Now my spot for Goa and Goad has been taken. IU only takes an S, takes nothing in front. My G can go underneath the U. So I've got GA, but it would then need a further A. What about running over the top of IU? Now, well, I would have Dago. I wonder if that's... I think that's still allowed. I think this is one of the words which may go with the new update. Rackley, pretty awful. But 21 points. And certainly the A's and E's are the good vowels to have. Can I do better than that? Just wondering about playing a long underneath pool. No, not seeing anywhere. Well, highly vulnerable to drawing vowels, but they go for 21. And I draw vowels. However, good to see the S. And I have a slender lead. Double lane still available in column E. And certainly while I'm sorting my rack out, I'm quite happy for a ladder to develop. In terms of sorting the rack out, just playing off 2 E's would help a lot. But that's not going to score very much. EPO not good. POE not good. POA is good. Tricky. I could play double E here, but OI takes a Z. And I'm also opening up a new double-double lane, and the score is dismal. Maybe I should change, keeping sane, just chuck back 3 E's. Yeah, the board is not particularly dangerous at the moment. So let me throw back 3 E's. Well, not bad. I do have an A and a T for the Q. I think Dago takes an S. Cat plays in row 10, far and pot, and also in row 7. And I have Trank on my rack, which would play in row 5, stopping 1 square short of column O, and I have the S. Still 3 S's and 2 blanks to come, so that would be quite a volatile play. But I have Q plays all around the board, so I'm not going to be stuck with it for another turn. And it's certainly my priority to play it, given how bingo-y everything else is. I think there would even be an argument for exchanging just the Q, given how good the other 6 tiles are. But if cat remains available in column 10, I think that will certainly be better than changing. Well, that spot goes. So does row 7. So all I'm left with is Trank. That is for, 30 points. I'm playing this. And certainly having the S is a factor in favour. Gosh, no vowels at all. Brutal. What about the A of Trank? I don't think Rastlers is good, although something similar to it is, perhaps with a W. Gosh, that is an ugly looking rack. Should I change? I could keep ERST. Well, I'd be minded to keep the second S as well. What about a play in column O using one of the S's? So that would be a 4-letter play beginning with S. Wow, great bingo by opponent. Now, and some more floating vowels, in particular an E. Does that help? Don't think it does. What I was looking for was a 4-letter S play or a 5-letter play ending in S. I have Tress, but that burns both S's. Wow. And I'm not seeing a 4-letter play beginning with S. Just wondering about Cert. I don't think that's good. So, what about playing Rest? How much does that score? 26 points, that's not bad. Rack leave, pretty poor. But I'm taking out the Z danger. Opponent leads by 70. Wow, this will be pretty tough if I've overlooked a bingo. It would be through this E or this A. Is Rest best? This is a pretty ropey rack. It really needs at least 2 vowels, but this is better than changing. Yeah, and Rest not good because it blocked this E, and it wasn't creating any new lanes, so I don't feel that was a great play. However, there is the option to play down from the T, which will create lots of floaters. Through an E, I would have Centrals. Wow, another great bingo for opponent. He's now miles ahead. And there are no floating vowels. Well, there's this A, but I don't have anything with that. I think I'll play Talks. It should score well, create new lanes. 45 points, and the rack leave is okay. Great, I draw the first or the second blank, and the rest of the rack is pretty good. I have ironers on my rack. Not sure there's anywhere for that. Gosh, I thought that was a third back-to-back bingo, but it's not. But it is 38 points. Now, I don't think I have a play ending in R. I do have Rosina in column N, so that's my back pocket bingo. Do I really have nothing ending in R or R something T? Don't think I do. 3 R's, just too many. And plays in column N or row 14 are going to provide access to triple word squares, so neither is particularly attractive. Not seeing anything through C or A, but something through A isn't necessarily going to be a great play anyway. Face value and providing access to a triple word square. Odal and... Now, that's happened again. Let me move this back. So Odal is good, but nothing goes in front of I apart from a B. Now, Rosina does not play in column 14. It does play in column N, and it places an E next to this double letter square, so I'm not feeling great about that. Yeah, a play through the E of Leonese is going to end up in column 15. What are my options as 7-letter plays? I've seen Rosina. I'm just mentally running through the alphabet. There's ironers. Well, that doesn't play. What about the G? Not seeing anything there. No, introrse onto an E. Well, I'm going with Rosina for 62. Wow, I draw a pretty good rack. Sleazoid from an S. What about Diazole? Maybe good. Does it play? Top left of the board, very difficult to access. 2 takes nothing in front. Dial, only O and U. So bingo lanes row 14 and rows 1 and 2. Nice play by opponent, takes out both of these hot spots. So I have Dozier in row 1. Is there a bingo? I trail by 96. Dozier's quite nice. It creates a new lane in row 2. It's a decent score, 50 points, decent rack leave. Is there a better Z spot that I've missed? Any 4-letter extensions are fine. Don't think so. Well, certainly not from my rack. Yeah, I am going with this. Wow, how grim is that? B, V, and W. 17 tiles in the bag. Opponent playing pretty fast, still got 14 minutes. Can't see any TWE plays. I could play VAW, but then that's killing the top of the board, and I still trail by 50 points. And that would leave just 1 bingo lane, so opponent would just need to block that and then cruise to victory. pretty unideal. So I could play Wave in column J for not many points, and perhaps worse, keeping 4 consonants, and there's already a slight vowel drought. Mux, wow, that's a big score for opponent. 59 points. Do I have anything to go under EM? I don't. Or EX. And, well, there are E's to come, and a U. Well, I just can't use that spot, and I'm going to leave it open. ZA is good. I do need to play one of V and W. And I'd quite like to open the board up. How can I do that? Well, I guess I could play Blore. VNT, not terrible. Goes quite well with vowels, and there are quite a few I's to come. And I'm not killing the top of the board. Row 3 is still a bingo lane, but it's not a great one because it would need to end with 2 vowels. Just wondering if I should play a shorter play going underneath the Z. So I could play Ban, or I could play 1 in that spot. Let me just put this back. Do I have a play going onto this E? So WA. No, not seeing it. I think I will play Blore for 23. Well, again, just the 1 vowel, so tricky to deal with, and I draw the second W. The vowel I have drawn does go under EM, but I am expecting opponent to do something about that. So, is there any hope? And I suspect not. I trail by 80 points with opponent on turn and only 10 tiles in the bag. So it would be an astonishing turnaround if I salvaged anything from this game. Joel is good. So 9 vowels, 8 consonants. So if I can play off some consonants, I may be able to draw some vowels. But it's difficult to play off consonants when there are so few floating vowels. Yeah, nice play by opponent. 6 vowels, 6 consonants left, and only 5 tiles in the bag. Is there anywhere to play off V and W? Don't think so. What about a play through these 2 E's? Not seeing anything. And I can't change now. There are fewer than 7 tiles in the bag, so I'm not allowed to. All S's and blanks have gone, and wow, the remaining tiles are horrible. Whatever I play, I'm going to pick up junk. So what about a play in row 3? Yeah, I think that's probably the best spot. WENT, and see if I can draw the second V. And I dodge it. The remaining tiles are pretty much just as bad as the tiles on my rack, so I don't think there was any hope of a good draw. So my goal now is to minimise the losing spread, currently standing at 95 points. one tile in the bag. Opponent may not go out in two from this point, so I may get two plays. Dawed is good, so I could play Hived, keeping UT, probably go out with that. Tut is good, and Ton. Do let me know in the comments below what you think of this dark version of Woogles, and also what you think of Woogles compared to ISC. I am interested in your comments and I will read them all. And I accept that neither choice is going to be everyone's favourite. Now, opponent has got Griv on his rack. Maybe the V was the last in the bag. And he's not going to go out with that on this board. No A for Virga, just. So I can play Hived here for 35 points, and then I'm guaranteed to go out next turn. Am I gifting opponent an out? I don't think I am. So, has opponent spotted an out? Well, he would have had to have done so without the knowledge of the tile in the bag, so I think it's unlikely. But impressive if he did consider all the options, and this was one of them. Now, where's the best spot for UT? I have Hut. That's 8 points. Hut above Hived is 9. I have Ute in column K, 11 points. Can't use the X. Great, opponent does not go out, and I think opponent has blocked my best out, which is good play. So I think this was the best I saw for 9. 6 minutes on my clock. Is there somewhere better to go out? Well, let me just put this back. I don't feel that 9 is the best. I do have 6 minutes, so I can have a second look for somewhere better to go out. Not seeing anything. No, so Ut it is. And the final score, 350 for me, 441 for my opponent, a winning margin of 91 points, so well done to my opponent. Let's see what I missed. It was me to go first, and I played pool. That looks fine. Opponent's rack plays IU. And now I have a vowel heavy rack. And what do? I play Dago, keeping AEE, but adage available F6. Yeah, that would have been a better play, keeping 2 vowels rather than 3. Opponent's rack has the blank, no bingo, plays Foy. And now, interesting to see what's available here. What do? I think this is where I exchange, and that's valued at 16.13. It's valued at 10 points worse than playing NEESE. Not sure if I agree with that. However, that's what it's saying. Now, opponent's rack. Wow. Gosh, he does have a bingo. Missed bingo Beamish. I was just noticing that he had Bohemia, but that's not popping up, so I guess it doesn't play. But Beamish does play K1 and day goes. So bingo missed by opponent. My rack. And I played Trank for a 30. Opponent's rack. Great bingo with Abdicate. Now, this was a rack which I found really troublesome. Phew, no missed bingo. But look at this, there was a double-double through Oi, Stroyer. That would have been fantastic, 40 points and keeping my vowel and keeping an S. So, big miss there. What do? I play Rest for a lot less. Now, opponent's rack. And a great bingo with Leonese. And, well, I'm short of vowels. No bingo here. I play Talks. That looks fine. Opponent's rack. Plays Rahonio. And now all I could see was what I played of Rosina. What else was available? N7. Well, that was my play. There were other bingos, but they all scored less. Wow, what a dry board for bingos. Opponent's rack. Plays fine. Now, I had Diazole. I couldn't see anywhere for it. Phew, nothing missed there. Or no bingo missed, and Dozier was my play. Opponent's rack. Plays Mux. And that worked out really well for him. He got nearly a bingo's score, and he created an opportunity in column 15 that I wasn't able to use. So I2. Wanley, that's the sort of play I was looking for, which connected with this E of Rahonio. Instead I played Blore. Opponent's rack. Plays Ngaio. And now 5 tiles in the bag. The game is lost. I trail by 120 points. I've got a pretty rubbishy rack. J12 wheated, that's nice. Running across the top and leaving 1 in the bag, so that would have been the play. I play Went instead. Opponent's rack. Plays Pake. My rack. I have Hived, that looks fine. Does opponent have an out? He does not. Plays Via. And then finally, Ut for 9 was best. So, what a game. Quite a few tricky racks to deal with. And then when I do have a good rack with Rosina, really struggle to find a decent bingo. And then with a very, very poor bag running towards the end of the game, it wasn't a case of drawing badly. Pretty much drawing anything would have been bad because the bag was super non-bingo-y, and opponent ran out a winner by nearly 100 points. So, well done to opponent once again. I hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.